Hybrid cars, they're cool, aren't they? They're nice looking, long lasting, and good for the environment. But why exactly should we know about them? Well, for two main reasons. One being the environment, and how these cars can help save it by reducing the amount of carbon dioxide put out into the atmosphere. And two, you will start learning how to drive soon, or maybe you already have. So you should know about your options when buying your first car. Let's first talk about the environment and how these cars can help save it. A hybrid car is different from a normal car because hybrids also have an electric component to their build. The typical car right now has a gas-fueled engine, but hybrid cars have that too, plus electric motors that assist it. These motors are powered by batteries that recharge from car engines and regenerative braking. This lets cars go further in kilometers without using a lot of gas, lowering the amount of CO2 released. So how can we reduce CO2 emissions with these cars? Well, here's my plan. If you, yes, you, in the future when you're buying your first car, maybe you can get a hybrid car instead of a gas-powered car. Then we can start to save the environment. And if we all buy hybrid cars, then maybe we can set a trend for car manufacturers to start making more and better hybrid cars. Maybe you're not too sold on the idea, so let's talk some numbers. Ugh. You know, a typical car produces about 4,600 kilograms of CO2 a year, but a hybrid car cuts that number by 30%, reducing it to 3,220 kilograms a year. That means by 2100, hybrid cars will have 257,600 kilograms of CO2 reduced, compared to the 368,000 kilograms of CO2. That's more than 100,000 kilograms of CO2 reduced just by one hybrid car. If we were all to start using hybrids and start limiting the amount of CO2 that we let out into our atmosphere, then we can break away from the carbon cycle. That's a fact. Here's a graph of what would happen if my plan were to be in motion. Quick thing about before I go in depth though. So the numbers here are not real. They're fake numbers. The real number of cars would be a lot higher than this. But as you can see, in 2025, this would be when we all get our first licenses, and some of us get our first cars. Now in 2050 is where the new generation is born, and when families are starting to be made. There will be more advancements in technology and transportations, so now hybrids are being made more and more, and gas cars are starting to be phased out. Now 2075 comes along, and the new generation is getting their licenses and their first cars, so it'll be quite a big increase there. Then 2000, the cycle repeats itself.
So let's talk costs. The average hybrid car costs from $33,000 to $40,000 in total without repairs. Now yes, I know it's quite a hefty price, and I know that it's a bit hard to make money at the moment, but if we wait a couple years, everything should be fine. Now there's something you should think about when you're buying your first car. Where exactly is it going to be used? Well, if you're in a city that requires you to be going from end to end, then maybe you should be buying a hybrid. But why you might be thinking? Well, I really only have one word to say: regenerative braking.
So, any other questions? Like, what sector is this a part of? It's a part of the transportation sector. That's it. Thank you for watching.